Let's talk about what you should know before applying to dental hygiene school. Hi, my name is Whitney and I'm a dental hygienist here to talk about 12 things to know about dental hygiene school. And really quick, if you want to learn even more about becoming a dental hygienist, I have a free RDH video checklist on how to become an RDH, whether you are in high school, college, or even if you're a new RDH grad. No matter where you are on your RDH journey, I'll link below my free RDH video checklist for you to learn everything there is about this amazing dental hygiene career. Dental hygiene school is a journey that, when planned out well, can be achieved successfully. So here are 12 things to keep in mind when planning out your journey, starting with number 1, educational requirements. Getting accepted into any dental hygiene program means that there are certain educational requirements you have to meet before you even apply to the school. Why? Because there are prerequisite classes that must be completed prior to certain hygiene courses. If you're not careful, hygiene school can take longer than some people assume it will just because of these requirements. So most of your basic prereqs include general education courses like English, sociology, algebra, psychology, and a whole lot of science. Your science courses required for hygiene usually include things like anatomy and physiology, microbiology, chemistry. And while all dental hygiene programs have different requirements and deadlines, most require high grades in science courses. So be sure to check all of the admission requirements for your intended school or schools before you apply. Number 2, accreditation. In order to graduate as a licensed dental hygienist in the United States and qualify to take your board exams, you must attend a dental hygiene program that is accredited by the Commission of Dental Accreditation, also known as CODA. CODA is supported by the American Dental Association, the ADA, to ensure that dental hygiene programs meet industry standards, which in turn produce educated and prepared dental hygiene graduates who can legally apply for licensure. So check the website of your intended school or schools to make sure they are accredited. And if you're not sure, be sure to contact the admission department and ask. Number 3, student loans. Dental hygiene students should be aware of what they will need to pay for, as well as what they'll owe before, during, and after graduation from dental hygiene school. Start by looking at your college's tuition breakdown to get an idea of the costs. Then you can begin to compare schools and rank them with your budget. Be sure to consider costs like housing, meals, transportation, uniforms, and equipment. Yes, you'll have to buy a lot on your own. We'll get more into that later on this list. But next is number 4, cost and financial aid. FAFSA. With student loans comes cost discussions and the need for financial aid. While this will differ for every student, it's important to know what your financial limits and obligations are to ensure you can plan accordingly when it comes to monthly payments. It's important to note that dental hygiene programs that grant associate degree programs are often more affordable than those that grant a bachelor's degree. So always be sure to consider financial options by setting up a meeting with the financial aid department at the school you plan to attend. Number 5, time management. There's a reason I said it like that. Time management! Because time management is a major aspect of being in dental hygiene school. Once you get accepted into your program, you will be locked into a schedule that includes weekly homework assignments, exams, lectures, clinic, papers, midterms, finals, and not to mention all the studying that you do almost every day. This requires strong time management nearly every day to ensure that you stay on track and don't fall behind. Keep in mind that you also have a life outside of school that needs attention. Many dental hygiene students have to sacrifice some of their evening and weekend plans for schoolwork to ensure they stay on track to pass their classes. But I promise you it is worth it. And although you might have to sacrifice a little, be sure to still schedule personal time for yourself, just like you would schedule homework time, because personal time is just as important as homework time to keep you mentally stable. Number 6, you will need to find your own patients. Here's something you probably might have not thought of, and it's a more challenging task than you might expect. In dental hygiene school, it's your responsibility to find your own patients. For the most part, dental hygiene programs will often require you to recruit patients, including family and friends, to practice building your clinical skills. This requires scheduling ahead of time to ensure you can complete clinic competencies on time, including varying level of difficulties of patients, like people with heavy tartar buildup, kids, different types of patients. And while many clinics open their doors to the public, it still falls on the students to ensure their schedule is full. This is such a big one. So tell your family and friends ahead of time to skip their dental x-rays at their dental office if they plan to get x-rays the same year as you are going to have them as a patient in your clinic, because if they get them at their office right before they see you, now they won't be eligible for x-rays. Just something to think about. Bite wings are usually once per year, and full mouth x-rays x-rays are usually every 3 to 5 years. It just depends. Just throwing some things out there in case your brother or sister or mom or dad is about to be due for their full mouth x-ray at their dental office. Maybe be like, hey, can you get it with me instead? Or if your friend needs a deep cleaning, maybe be like, hey, you want to get a deep cleaning for free with me instead, or at least a reduced cost? I think cleanings were around $20 at my clinic. At school, every school is different, but I would literally pay the $20 for my friends and family to come in just to lure them in for a free cleaning. You know, I would pay the $20 myself. Number 7, paying for instruments. Back to the money issue again. Be prepared to pay for clinical supplies such as instruments and miscellaneous items. This can include cassettes of instruments, prophy angles, polish, floss, and other supplies such as buying all of your own masks and gloves and PPE. This stuff can add up quickly, so be sure to review program manuals for a breakdown of the exact cost per program. Typically, dental hygiene schools will provide an exact breakdown of all clinic fees before the semester starts so that you can tie the expenses into your financial aid package if needed. Number 8, board review class. As you enter the last year of dental hygiene school, it's highly recommended that you take a board review class. These classes can be held over a span of a weekend or self-progressing over a month. Some cost a few $100s or may require an overnight stay depending on your location and the one you choose. These classes help review a little bit of everything that you learned throughout your whole entire dental hygiene education to help you successfully pass your board exams first go around. I highly recommend to be prepared to take a board review class, and it helps so much when it comes time to take boards. Number 9, buying versus renting books. Like any college student, textbooks are required for most courses. In dental hygiene school, you will definitely be referencing your books throughout your entire RDH education, which means you probably need to buy some of them instead of renting them like you would for other core classes. Yes, renting can be cheaper, but you have to return the book at the end of the semester, and then you won't be able to reference and study from several of your books for your board exams at the end of your dental hygiene education. So to cut costs, consider buying used instead of purchasing brand new textbooks. I still have all of mine on a shelf. A lot of them are used, but you just never know when you'll need to reference something. Number 10, buying scrubs. Another costly addition to dental hygiene school is purchasing the scrubs you'll wear each semester. Scrubs are a requirement for clinic and must be worn during clinic and patient care. Typically, students must purchase multiple sets to be sure they have a few per week to choose from. Your school might even have a standard color that's required, but scrubs aren't the only thing you'll be required to wear. You'll also need acceptable clinic shoes, head coverings, overgowns, and other dress code standards. I remember I felt like I was back in Catholic school again when I was buying all my uniform stuff. All the rules were hilariously similar. They reminded me of my childhood. Number 11, build a strong resume before graduating. Once the studying, lectures, and clinic hours start to come to an end, it's time to prepare yourself for the real world of clinical dental hygiene. Many dental hygiene programs will have courses that review how to build a resume as you get ready for graduation. It's so important to have a resume that stands out, as new graduates do not have the clinical RDH experience that other experienced RDHs do. So be sure to include volunteer work, awards, and previous jobs to build your resume properly. I do have a resume builder in my RDH roadmap course, which I will of course link below if you're interested in learning more. And lastly, number 12, learn to network, both virtually and in person. Now that you've graduated and have a resume to send out, it's super important to know how to network in the dental world. While connections through dental professors, dental instructors can help, it's also important to connect with people already in the field. Build your LinkedIn network with other dental professionals and join local dental hygiene organizations to stay connected. Attend CE courses to keep up with licensure requirements. That's another fantastic way to stay up to date and in the loop at the same time. Networking can keep your options open for career changes, even if it's not currently on your radar. In all, while it is difficult to entirely prepare yourself for the roller coaster of dental hygiene school, you can check these things off your list to better prepare you for what is to come. Planning out your finances and understanding where you will have to sacrifice your time will help you keep things in perspective. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for guidance from your instructors. They've been there, they've done that, they know exactly what you need to focus on and how to succeed. And while you may not always feel like it, Your instructors want to see you succeed and can offer great insight along the way. Dental hygiene school takes dedication, hard work, and plenty of time management, and I'm so excited for you to join this toothy career. And speaking of this toothy career, one more time I'd like to remind you all about my free RDH video checklist. If you are someone who is interested in the dental hygiene career, I made this video checklist especially for you because I get lots of questions in the comments and messages asking me how to become a dental hygienist. Whether you are in high school, college, or even some of you may have already graduated dental hygiene school and you're looking for more information post-graduation. Whatever the case, if you're interested in learning everything there is about the RDH career, be sure to click the link below. And I hope this video helped you. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications if it did. And if you want even more teeth talk, you can visit my website, teethtalkgirl.com, and hang out with me on Instagram @teethtalkgirl. Peace, love, and teeth.